So James Cameron was just on The View Wednesday morning, and he was quite frank about the premise and purpose of his film Avatar. He plainly explained it was anti-corporate, and that his goal was to wrap that subversive message in an entertaining vehicle that America, or the world, could swallow whole. Check it out here. It was the wrong tape, but not really. I just wanted to put it in there. All right, let's show the right tape.
Well, look, I think the film is definitely anti-corporate, you know, and I think that the corporations and the corporate lobbyists are doing a huge damage to the country and to the environment.
So this is meant to wake folks up?
Sure, clearly. I mean, to me, it's a very personal film in the sense that when I was a kid, you know, in high school, it was the start of the environmental movement, and I made a film in high school about pollution. So, you know, in the years since, trying to get documentaries funded about the environment, can't raise any money to do that. Nobody wants to buy that stuff. So I thought if I make a big, spectacular action science fiction film, I can embed these themes in a movie that people are going to see for other reasons.
Well, speaking of themes,
it's absolutely subversive.
I like this George Washington hair. Anyway, I admire the guy for admitting that, but I just don't see the subversion he's talking about. I can't remember the last time, for example, that I saw a pro-corporate movie, which to me would be truly subversive. I mean, can you imagine a director making a film about a heroic drug company that works tirelessly to come up with medications that saves millions of lives? It happens all the time, but still, no movie. However, Hollywood craps out a pro-environmental, anti-big business flick faster than I can say Pass the Charmin. And I could say that pretty fast.
You just did.
I did, Pass the Charmin. Anyway, I saw Avatar, and being from Fox News, naturally I rooted against the Navi. Not because they were holistic earthers, I just hated all the jewelry they wore. It reminded me of a spa I went to in Santa Fe, and I had a horrible time there. Couldn't sit down for weeks. Still, it was a great flick as long as you separate fact from fantasy. In Cameron's fantasy, Marines become mercenaries and arrive to destroy a peaceful place. In our reality, however, around the same time that flick was making millions, Marines were actually arriving in Haiti saving lives during one of the worst tragedies ever. In the world of make-believe, we're evil. In the real world, however, we're not so bad. I don't expect adults who watch The View to get that, but I'm sure the rest of us do. And if you disagree with me, you're probably a Navi-hating homophobe who kills blue people for fun.
Ooh,
yes.
Touche.
Yeah. Now, Alex, I'm maintaining it's an anti-corporate film, and even James Cameron says so. But is it really?
No, Greg, I think that James Cameron is lying, and you're missing the entire political point of Avatar. You see, the Navi are actually supposed to represent the poor, exploited shareholders of the Pfizer Corporation who are trying to defend their corporate utopia from the onslaught of Obama-carrying death panelists that are trying to steal their profitanium and by giving the Americans free health care. That's what it's really about, Greg.
You know what? I wish I had talked to him before I did the Greg log, because I would have saved 5 minutes off this show.
That is genius.
Yes.
Profitania.
You know, I was talking to John Stoss, who happens to be a very close friend of mine. We go out all the time. No, he said that it was a very conservative movie because it was about private property.
Really?
Yes, it was eminent domain. Here you got these people coming in to steal your land.
Stoss is a libertarian, right?
Yeah.
That's an interesting
But can I just say something?
Sure,
I think you're so right about that. I think James Cameron is so wrong about what people liked about the movie. Everyone I've talked to, because, okay, I haven't seen it. Everyone I've talked to who liked it, why do they like it? They loved the visuals. They loved the experience. They panned the story. Every time. And now he's writing a book.
You know what
he's writing a book
Kelly,
that's building on the narrative. Why? That's like completely misplaced. What everyone loved about it was the advancement in film technology.
Yeah, it's a beautiful movie to watch. But then when they get in those little circles around the tree, I want to throw up out of my eyes.
The way he took human beings and merged them with animation and made you believe as a moviegoer that they were one and the same.
I thought those
when they were flying on the backs of those birds, it was like, man, Star Wars.
And you're celebrating that by wearing Navi blue.
Bill,
I'm one of them.
Yes.
Whoa. Those were real birds. And they were really flying. They were really, yes.
Don't spoil it for him. Don't spoil it for him.
Bill, here's my big problem, Bill Schultz, because you're stupid. If this scenario was real, let's say we discovered a planet and these aliens were there.
Here comes the food thing.
No, we're not going to eat them. What I was going to say is we would turn them into massive celebrities because A, they're in awesome shape. They got beautiful bodies. They're really smart.
And tall.
It would be Pandora Shore. Instead of Jersey Shore, it would be Pandora Shore. They would be billionaires. We would give them everything they wanted.
Jane Fonda's workout for Navis. They had these cute little leg warmers, and we'd be following along to all their workout stuff. But anti-corporate. Navi lunchboxes alone are $20 a pop. I can only afford 2, Greg. This is as corporate as it gets. And also, every filmmaker always tries to rail against capitalism and big corporate America, but they inadvertently make it pro-corporation.
He fuels it. He's fueling
Think about it. Think about Wall Street. Did anyone walk out of that movie wanting to be labeled Bud Fox? Everyone wanted to be Gordon Gekko.
Yeah,
Everyone wanted to be Gordon Gekko. They don't know what they're doing. They always make the bad guy the cool one.
Yeah. I was the same thing with American Psycho. I really wanted to be
totally.
the side that's
I actually weirdly wanted to be one of his hot hooker victims.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
You know, we could act that out.
Thank
I
you.
love the fact that we both believe the
I
same
like
things.
role playing, especially if it involves blood.
All right.